This is the first of many videos that I'm going to create on how to work with tables in Word 2007. And tables are fantastic because they make it so much easier and more interesting to present information rather than just boring text. And this video is specifically looking at how to create a table from text that you might already have. So for example, here I have like a little pseudo table where I've got 3 columns worth of information and 4 rows worth of information. What I'm going to do is select this text and click on the Insert tab at the top of the screen. And this is where you've got the Insert Table button. When you click on this, there's an option down near the bottom that says Convert Text to Table. Click on that and you'll be able to create a table based on information you've already selected. Now normally Word's pretty smart, it will work out exactly how many columns of information you have. Sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, just come down to this bottom section here and see which option is selected. Because sometimes it will have selected paragraph, which you'll notice puts my number of columns to 1. Because what it's doing is every time I've pressed enter, that's where it's splitting the columns. If I choose tabs, we'll then separate them into 3. Commas, it will probably go back to 1 because I don't have any commas. And you can use other marks if you've separated text with something like a dash. Now just in the middle you have the section where you can choose how wide you want your table to be. So fixed column width auto just means that it's automatically going to pick the best sort of width for the amount of information you have. You can auto fit to the contents, which means if I've got a table like this that's quite small, it will squish it down. If I've got a table with more information, it will expand it. Or you can auto fit to window, which means it will automatically expand the table to fit the entire screen, which does make a lot of difference. I'm just going to stick with fixed column width, click OK, and there's my table. Actually, I think what it's done is it's auto fit that to the window. So here's a little extra tip, I'll show you this in another video too. When you add a table you get 2 extra tabs, Design and Layout. And if you come to Layout, one of the buttons is Auto Fit. I'm just going to go Auto Fit to Contents. See how that's a lot smaller, a lot more sort of appropriate for the type of table I'm adding. Now there's actually another version of this. What you can do is rather than converting your text to a table, you can convert a table to text. And the way to do that is to select your table. The easiest way to select the entire table is to position your mouse over this little pointer in the top left corner. Just click on it once. That selects all of the text in your table. And then on the same Layout tab, over on the right, click Convert to Text. Now it's a similar sort of thing. It's saying, well, how do you want to split that text out? Do you want to use paragraph marks? Do you want to use tabs? Do you want to use commas or something else? So I'll choose tabs, click OK. And that's done the exact opposite of what I did before. It's gone and converted it using tabs. Just undo, just to show you that another way. Layout, convert to text. Let's say I chose other. I said do it with those dashes. Click OK. Notice what it's done, it's just run it on with little tabs in between. Now the time where that feature is the most useful is when you're copying text off the internet. I'm just going to open a new blank document here, and then I am going to go and open up Wikipedia. Here's one I prepared earlier. So what I've got here is an article on Wikipedia where it has the periodic table of elements. What I'm going to do is just drag and select that text. And I'm going to right click, I'm going to select copy, and then I'm going to open Word, right click again, and select paste. What it's going to do is it's going to copy that text, and you notice it's automatically created a table for me, complete with all of the formatting and everything that it had before. Now it's also got lots of hyperlinks going back to Wikipedia. So sometimes you don't want this information, and sometimes you don't want the table formatting that comes by default because it's quite fancy. So what I tend to do when I do things like this is select the table, Layout, Convert to Text, Tabs, click OK, and it goes and converts it. And then what I usually do is just apply my normal style, or select my little styles and clear all, which gets rid of a lot of formatting that I may not want, although not the tabs in this case. And then I do that same Insert, Table, Convert Text to Table. Notice it's chosen 1 column because it's separating by paragraph marks by default, so that's what I was saying before. But if I choose tabs, suddenly I've got 19 columns and 130 rows. That seems a little funny. Let's give it a go. There we go, there's my information. Now the one problem with doing this, as you can probably see, is that sometimes your information doesn't quite end up where it was originally. Let's go back and compare that to the way the periodic table looked here. So you notice you have your sort of 1, 2, 3 to 18 up the top, and then your period is all blank. 1 HI, 3 LI, 2's over here. That's not the way it's looking here. So there's our group, there's our period, and then our 1 HI, oh no, it all just gets a little bit complicated. So it's fine doing that if it's a small amount of information, but if it's something really big like this, not so much. But those two options, convert text to table and convert table to text, can be very handy for just swapping text back and forth, playing around with how you want it to look.